Hey everyone, welcome back to Modbargains and Mod Auto for another episode of Know Your Mods. I'm your host, Mike Brown, co-founder and CEO. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the OpenFlash Tablet. It's an ECU tuner that increases horsepower on torque on multiple vehicles. This is a very popular product that we sell that is an ECU flash tuner. It's basically a way to reprogram the way that your vehicle thinks in regards to horsepower and torque. Allows you to unlock a lot of the power inside your motor that the factory ECU tune is essentially holding back in reserve. So any of the modifications that are currently on your car will be enhanced by the OpenFlash Tablet. It also allows you to tune out any of the annoying characteristics on your car, such as torque dip or throttle delay or anything like that. This OpenFlash Tablet is going to solve that problem for you. So why is a tune like the OpenFlash tuner such a powerful modification for your car? And I mean that with a pun intended, because this product is all about power. Basically, from the factory, a lot of vehicles come a little bit detuned or tuned conservatively by the vehicle manufacturer. That is frustrating for us as car enthusiasts because you can literally feel as you're on the throttle that there's more there, you just can't unlock it. So this OpenFlash tuner is extremely powerful, and it really takes that tame and mild ECU tune that comes on your car factory, and it completely changes the entire personality and character of the car, and really makes driving an enjoyable experience because you know that you're unlocking the potential of that motor, and then all the modifications that you have attached to that motor as well. A lot of the modern vehicles out there come with electronic throttle response, or it's basically controlled by the vehicle's ECU. So as you put more power down on the pedal, you're supposed to get that response. But sometimes the car kind of disagrees with you and says, okay, well, you're putting down 45% throttle, but it might only give you like 20% of the throttle. So a major thing that the OpenFlash tuner does is that it makes your throttle response linear. What that means is that the further you push your foot down on that throttle, the more response you're going to get from the car. And that's truly a more enjoyable experience for us as automotive enthusiasts, because that's what we want. So this product actually lets us decide how much power to put to the ground instead of letting that factory tune disagree with you and rob you of performance on the road. So let's go over a couple of the major features of the OpenFlash Tablet. First off, it has a large touchscreen. So when you actually power up this device, this becomes a powered up touchscreen, which is why there's no buttons on the face. It's very simple, intuitive, and easy to use. It also, if you want it to be a data logging tool, it will actually plug into the car and record the numbers of what your car is doing as you're driving around, which can be very useful for advanced tuning. It's also got a check engine light code reader. So if you ever have a check engine light, you can plug this into your OBD2 port on the car, and you can actually get the readouts of what your check engine light is, because as we know, that little light on your dashboard can mean about 50 different things. This literally is an off-the-shelf tuning option. Basically what I mean by that is that it already pre-programmed has multiple maps inside of the OpenFlash Tablet that basically determine how the vehicle thinks based on the type of fuel that you're running, as well as the modifications on the car. So you name it, it's basically got it already pre-programmed in there for the vehicle. It's got 91 octane, 93 octane, E85. If you want to run a custom map, or the way that the vehicle thinks, then you can also do that as well. And safety, I mentioned it earlier in the video. This will not brick your ECU because it's going to do a backup of your stock map before it actually programs your car. So there's a safety layer built in there. Bricking an ECU is a very scary thing, and it's what can happen if you buy something that is not of the same quality and doesn't have the same thought and experience behind it as the OpenFlash tuner has, because they've actually gone through a lot of tests. It's been on a lot of vehicles. We've installed it on our own personal cars here, and all of that testing has made it a very safe modification for your car. Now at Modbargains, our own marketing manager here, Charles Pages, drives a Scion FRS. He chose to install the OpenFlash tuner after doing a lot of research about different options for his vehicle. Now he's used the OpenFlash Tablet at various stages of the car's journey and modification. So what I mean by that is, when he was stock and didn't have any other performance mods, he still used this. As he added more and more modifications to the vehicle to increase performance, this OpenFlash Tablet evolved with the car and with Charles's build of his FRS. And that's a great thing about this OpenFlash tablet, is that it truly can be flexible with how you want to modify the vehicle over time. Alright, so it's also got some fun advanced features on the OpenFlash tablet. It's got launch control, it's got flat foot shifting, it's got performance monitors such as G-force, tire speed, and other performance monitors, and it's got tuning alerts like knock, temp, etc. And when you're all done with it and you want to put your car back to stock, if you ever get to that point where you want to part it out, maybe trade it in, sell it to somebody else, you can unflash the car, put it back to 100% stock like it was never there. Alright, so let's wrap up and kind of summarize what we covered. The OpenFlash tablet is a great modification, whether it's your first modification on the car or you're already built out into race spec. It really is going to make a huge difference on the vehicle no matter what stage you're at. And if you're hesitating on tuning the vehicle, you need to do it now. You're really wasting every single day that goes by where you're not actually enjoying your car at its maximum potential. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Know Your Mods. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and click the subscribe button right now on our YouTube channel so you don't miss another video like this. We also do a lot of really fun videos about installations and events that we host. Subscribe to us on our email newsletter, our blog, like us on Facebook, follow us on Snapchat and Instagram. Once again, I'm Mike Brown, co-founder and CEO here at Modbargains and Mod Auto. See us here next time on another episode of Know Your Mods.
How and everyone loves the FRS when it first came out because it's so great. We can't wait for what they're going to do with it. What they're going to do with it. What they're going to do with it.
Yeah, and it kept going. It's like
and it kept going. They never really
next year we'll have a turbo. No, we didn't get it this year. The next year we'll get it.
It was all like aero kits. Oh, the new one has 5 more horsepower from the exhaust.
Yeah. Tweaking 1 decimal point.
Yeah, right.